When I was a kid, I didn't really get an opportunity to do a lot of traveling. My folks didn't have a lot of money. They did the best that they possibly could for me, raised by my grandparents. So they did everything that they could to make me comfortable. I had every game console you can think of, toys, all of those things that us 80s babies found fun. We didn't have smartphones or anything like that, but I miss those days. I really, really appreciate those of you who are given the time to watch these videos, hear my perspectives on various different topics. And if you feel like it resonates with you, give this video a like, comment, and if you want more, subscribe. But don't forget to hit that notification bell because sometimes we upload videos and you don't see it. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of traveling. Like I said in the beginning, I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of traveling as a kid. And my grandparents did the best that they could. I love them to death. But growing up, I would see kids often say, they went to California, they went to New York, Disney World, Six Flags over Georgia. I heard that a lot. Camping, you name it, I heard it. But it's interesting because when I was a kid, it didn't really bother me that much. Maybe because, I had my Super Nintendo. I had my PlayStation and all of these other things. I did not have things. We just did not move around a lot. But I gotta thank my grandparents for giving us stability. We didn't move from home to home. In fact, when I came into the picture, they only lived in 2 homes. And that last home they moved into, I was about maybe 6 years old. And my grandmother, she passed away in 2020, and that house has been sold March of this year. Even though it wasn't a lot of traveling, there's still a lot of love. As I grew older, I started noticing that there were people taking vacations, going to Jamaica, stuff like that. Around this time, me and my wife, we began our family. And then I started, telling her, I want to do that. I want to give my kids what I didn't have growing up, which was an opportunity to travel, to see as much of the country as we possibly can, and Lord willing, see the world. Now, I will note this. A lot of the reasoning that I'm in the position right now is because of God himself. And some of y'all might have a problem with that because I've seen some comments on some videos, but if you have a problem with me talking about God, then this probably ain't the channel for you. It's just a little disclaimer because I'm not ashamed of my faith whatsoever. 2014 was the year that me and my wife decided that we were going to start a family tradition every summer, meaning we are going on a vacation. We're not the type of people that goes on vacation all year. We don't do weekend getaways. We just don't do that type of stuff because, I'm not afraid to admit it. We're not rich. We don't have it like that. So we do what we can when we can, and that always seems to be around the summer. 2014 hits. We're going on our first family vacation to Atlanta, Georgia. My kids were pretty young at the time, so I'm pretty sure the 2 youngest don't remember a lot. My oldest probably remembers everything about that trip. But we have made it a point to go on a family vacation once a year ever since 2014. And we've been to various different states, experienced various different cultures, different food, atmosphere, and having a chance to actually interact with people from just other regions. A lot of people are just used to the people that live in their city, live in their area. And if it's one thing I've learned is that everyone's not the same, and that some people are actually nicer in other places. So that piqued my interest to want to see more and more of the country. We literally just came back from Texas. We went on 2 trips to Texas. Last month, we went as a family to Dallas, Texas. I had never been to Texas a day in my life. And then over the weekend, we went back to Texas, to Austin, to go to a con, DreamCon, because I do love my video games and I love anime. 2 fun facts you probably didn't know. So we met over there with some friends, had an amazing time with some amazing people. It was just a great, great experience. And let me tell you something, before I went on that weekend getaway, I was tired, I was run down, I needed a break. And it rejuvenated me so much going on that trip that it made me actually ready to come back and to work and to do what I need to do for my household, of course. You know, sometimes I've had conversations with certain people, and they say, I ask them a question like, yo, when was the last time you've been on vacation? And they'll look at me and laugh like, like, what vacation? Like, I haven't been on vacation in 10 plus years, 12 years, 15 years. I've literally heard people tell me that they've never been on a vacation before. And I'm like, wow, this sounds exactly like my childhood. Like, I've obviously had no control over going on a vacation as a kid. I had no money, no transportation. My folks didn't have it either. So it was just, couldn't do it. But when you're an adult and you still feel like you can't move like that, you know, that would bother me. It really would. Because people don't know what they're missing. Like, honestly, like, there are literally people in my city who have never left the city limits. Not because they don't want to, but because they just can't. This is why it's so important for us to get our financial situations in a better position, because, yeah, traveling, even though it would be nice, it does cost money. It's not cheap, but if we budget correctly and we don't do foolish things throughout the year, granted you're healthy and you don't have, you know, other issues that you may have to pay for, like, you know, medicine and doctors and hospital visits and stuff like that. Whole nother topic right there. So if you're able-bodied and, you know, you have a job, you just put your money aside and spend wisely, you could probably afford to go on like a 3-day vacation or something of that nature. So for me, you know, I had to sacrifice to be able to make this second trip. I didn't buy a bunch of shoes. I love shoes, didn't buy shoes. Kind of cut back on some of the subscriptions in which I have that I don't use, and just be a little bit more wiser with my spending. And we were able to make Austin, Texas happen, which again was very, very worth it. There are a lot of people who are workaholics and they don't believe in taking breaks. They don't believe in resting. I gotta grind, grind, grind. I gotta hustle, hustle, hustle. I can sleep when I die type of mindset. I'm like, you know, the world is a big place. It's a very big place. Don't you want to see it? Don't you want to explore? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I want to see this world. Like, there's just so much to take in, so much history to learn, so many places to eat, so much good food, so many languages to try to learn. Why stay in the box when you could go out and venture into the world? Now, I have not been a whole lot of places. Like I said, we literally just started vacationing 10 years ago. And we've only been so many places within that time period. But, you know, the plans that, you know, me and my family have, you know, are very large. You know, my son, he graduates high school. This is his last year. And I plan on taking him to New York City. You know, he loves culture. He's a real big culture head, and I want to take him because I've never been to New York City either, so it's going to be new for both of us. That's going to be a very interesting, very, very interesting trip. And the big trip, which is Tokyo, Japan, which is probably going to be a couple of years in the making. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, we're going to New York in May and then Tokyo in July. Like, not going to be the case whatsoever. But, you know, the point that I'm trying to make here and relay the message to those of you out there who are watching this is that if you can travel, do it. You don't know how it'll make you feel until you've done it. The energy that it can bring you, you don't know what it can do until you've done it. The things you can learn, the places you can go. Let me be a little realistic. Some people just don't have it like that. It's okay to just stay home too. Like, take some time off of work. I think the big picture here is, you know, just taking time away from your 9 to 5 or whatever it is you do. Taking time away and enjoying peace and quiet in your home. That's okay too. I've done that as well. But the type of person that I am, I don't know how much longer I have to live. I don't know how many days I have, how many months or years. You know, if I can venture out and enjoy what the Lord has put on this earth, I'm going to do that. You feel me? I'm going to do that. I'm not saying you should do what I do, but I don't know a lot of people who, if they could, wouldn't travel. There are people who literally travel all the time. I wish I could do that, but I can't. Right now, at least. You know, Lord willing, at some point, we will get to a position to where, you know, I can be remote and I can go to these different places and meet these people and experience these different cultures so I can make memories at the end of the day. You know, I want my kids to be able to say, hey, Mom and Dad, they took us here, they took us there, they did all of this different type of stuff. And they can try to duplicate that when they have kids of their own. I had a wealthy man tell me not long ago, he said, you know, I would much rather pay for the experiences for my kids to have. Like, I can buy them whatever they want, but I want them to be able to experience things so that they can hold on to that. Because you can buy them toys, you can buy them video games. All of that stuff is going to lose its luster at some point. But if you take them somewhere and create memories, they will think about that for the rest of their life. And they are going to want to duplicate that as they age and have their own families. Taking a break, resting, is extremely important for your mental health. We're not machines, folks. We can't just go, and don't think we're never going to experience burnout. We can't. And again, somebody's watching this video right now that's saying, you know, that all sounds good. I would love to do it, but I don't have the money. That right there is a topic that we definitely have to cover, because whether you recognize it or not, it's all on you at the end of the day. We have the ability to change our position. You can live where you want, you can make the money that you want, but it's up to you at the end of the day. Knowledge is out here. The internet has so much information for us to learn how to do things that we don't know how to do right now, that we all could change, and that we could do the things in which we really want to do. And that traveling is one of those things in which you want to do. You can do it. But it all starts with you at the end of the day. Go see the world, folks. We've reached the end of the video. I'm almost at the end of my walk. If you feel like you've resonated with the video, give me a like, please. Comment down below. I want to know where you've been. Do you travel? How many states have you been to? And where is it you want to go? Comment down below. Love you all. God bless. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for watching. Peace.